confused. You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. But just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, just don't unfriend me. 'Cause I'm everything you want, damn sure what you need. I won't tell no lies, back up on the facts and truth. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's dog.
Hey, Hogs Twins here. Check out our friend Matthew Spirit at his podcast at The Dumb Show and his website, don'tunfriendme.com. Yeah.
Good morning, Don't Unfriend Me Nation. What are we doing?
What is going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? What are we doing? Oh, wait a second. I just said that. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Olivia, are you eating again, Brad Pitt?
No, Tom's dinner didn't agree with me.
It's literally like Brad Pitt. Every time I see you on camera, you're eating.
Not usually.
It's like always. I don't believe that. I think you're always eating. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. Something we need to know.
I had some really good chocolate mousse cake at lunch today.
Chocolate mousse cake. Ooh.
Yes.
From where?
That's good. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't buy it. One of our, somebody, it was their last day today. So we got pizza and cake to celebrate their last day.
That's nice.
Celebrate your love. And let's just think about that song. I'm putting a logo on. Hold on. There we go. Let's put it right there. Outstanding. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. We went live today. Today got out of hand. 3 hours. Oh, please. Wow. You guys can't don't ever let me do that again. It was brutal. We had a couple trolls. By the way, if you are inclined to call into the show, you're more than welcome to. Here it is. This is how it works. I realize I don't explain things enough. So I'm going to try to do that to you now. Call my show 24E75766F. You're not going to remember that. Just look at it. You actually go to your URL on a web browser, punch that in, carbon copy and paste, and then it's going to ask you for your webcam and audio, and then you say yes. And if you have a laptop, it's got your camera, it's got your audio in there, and that's great. It's good. If you have a phone, same thing. Turn off the Facebook show. Go to that link. You're done. That's pretty much it. So if you want to come on the show, we would love to have you. If you're that dipshit Rocky guy who's been trolling the show no, we don't want you on. Don't ever come on again. You're done. But anybody else is more than welcome to come on. We'd love to have you. What do you want to talk about? All that other stuff. We got some interesting things for you tonight. Leroy is going to be back on Monday, which is good. So we'll get through Friday, and then we will have Leroy back, which is great. Amy has a new mic coming. I'm going to take back the Shure SM7B because it needs to be powered, and her cloud lifter continues to keep breaking, and she shouldn't have to spend $150 every couple months to do that. So,
well, don't tell them, but I just return. I've been buying one.
Yeah, I do that too. They can afford it. They can afford it. So you guys may notice that when I'm talking, she talks, but she cuts out. So it shouldn't do that. That's a power issue. So we're getting it fixed, and she's getting the same mic that Olivia has. Olivia, say something. Say hi, by the way.
Hello.
So she should sound like that, and that's the mic that's going to do that. Like, this is a powered mic. I'm not spending $500 for everybody on a new mic, but these are $100, probably the best $100 mics you can buy. They're made by Rode. They work with the Rodecaster Pro. They're fantastic. They're called pod mics, and they're amazing. So it's what Leroy uses. Olivia's been using it. Now we're going to get Amy to use it so we can all have some connectivity. I'm also going to start posting the live shows to the podcast. So I'm going to have a separate section on the podcast. It'll be live, and we'll put those up. And we're trying to get as much content out there as we can. Let me know if you have any other ideas. I know people are saying that we need to get short form videos, a few minutes.
I actually
And
miss doing them. I would like to start doing those again too. I miss doing those.
yeah, and honestly, yeah, it just needs to be, we just need to do more of it, but it's hard. That takes a lot of work. And you know, I do enough work. So I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to start limiting the recorded shows to do 3 topics at once and cut them into 5-minute segments. And I've got to learn to get stuff out in 5 minutes, but it's tough. I mean, it's hard because I don't just do singular topics. Because I have to tell the story, and I've got to show you, like that Trump case. If I wouldn't have included the judge, if I wouldn't have included Letitia James, if I wouldn't have included the property value, if I wouldn't have included the statements Donald Trump made, and I didn't show you the overall graphics and some of the comments that were made by Forbes magazine, then I can't litigate the case for you. And all I'm going to say is he's innocent, guys. Let's go ahead and back Trump up. Okay, see you later. I mean, that doesn't do anything. So it's really hard in 5 minutes to cover what I cover. So, but I also don't necessarily need 20. So if I can get that down under 10, I think that would be a good thing. We'll go from there.
Can
Tonight,
I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to all the new YouTubers out there. We had 616 subscribers last night, and we had 667 30 minutes ago, and now we have 669. So we gained 2.
69.
So just the fact that we went up that many in one night is awesome. So please continue to share us out on YouTube. I'm really trying to hit 1,000 by the end of the year.
There's a lot of people who are angry at YouTube, and YouTube is doing whatever they can to throttle my show, and they've been doing it for 3 years. And you guys don't understand. When I turned my channel back on after they banned me, I got 500 followers in like one night. And since then, we've gained 169. Olivia has been pushing this hard, and YouTube hates me. They fucking hate me, and I don't know why. Go ahead, Amy.
No, they hate everybody. I don't like to use YouTube as a platform because of all of their issues that they cause. But a lot of the people that I like to follow, and it goes across probably every genre, every kind of content you could consume. That's just how I like to consume my content. So I'm on YouTube every single day. I watch hours of it or listen to it. And every single person that I've been following complains about YouTube. It's not just the political shows. You can't say certain words on YouTube. You can't allude to certain topics on YouTube. You have to really censor everything you're saying. And I think everyone's kind of fed up with YouTube. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a mass exodus from YouTube pretty soon.
Well, Rumble has been great to me. Like we're still growing our Rumble channel. I love my Rumble viewers. They're kind of like, my Rumble viewers are the most fair, right? They're critical of me, but they're fair. YouTubers are just douche plows, not the YouTubers who follow. I'm talking about just the trolls. And honestly, most people are fairly fair on Facebook, minus just the people who are just trolling. But Instagram has been really good for me lately. And although it's impossible to grow on Instagram as a political channel, I mean, it's almost impossible. You know, we're getting 40, 50 comments a day. It's good. So whatever you can do to participate. I love the Rumble platform. It needs to be a little bit more curtailed, but they're starting to promote me. I'm starting to get 500-600 views on each video. That's actually really good for only having 1,079 followers. That's not bad. So you're getting 50% of your audience. If I did that on Facebook, each video would have 75,000 to 90,000 views. But Facebook, they curtail who they show my stuff to. So it's up to you. You got to go in, you got to click videos, and you got to look. I have followers who are like, I've followed you for 3 years and I have no idea you do a recorded show. What?
Yeah.
They've said, oh, by the way, I have no idea you do a live show. And I'm like, how do you not know that? How do you not know that we have a live show? How do you not know that we do recorded shows? We've done 500 of them. And so with the exposure that we have, I've actually looked. See, a lot of people they look at Facebook and they go, oh, well, you're a paid page. You paid for follows or paid for likes. First of all, the way you tell if somebody is a shitbag site is if they have less follows than likes, because a follow is actually someone has to physically go in and follow you. It doesn't automatically take place, or it didn't used to. So when you like, you had to like and follow, right? Like allows you to go ahead and remember where the page is. Follow gives you updates in your thread based upon your selection. I've always had more followers than likes. In fact, I think I'm at 130,000 likes, and I'm at 188,000. Where are we at, Liv? Right behind you. Liv, right behind you.
If I'm not mistaken,
Liv, just go look behind you.
I looked. 187.78.
I'm gonna guess.
100.
It's right behind you.
I know, but I looked at it right before the show started.
So like 188,000. So, that's a 40,000, almost 50, 60,000, 60,000 point swing from follows and likes. So that's how you know. But the engagement level that we have is 97% organic. So, and I average now about 5,000 to 6,000 likes a month. And I only have about 200 people who hide all posts on me. So that ratio is ridiculous. It's got to be one of the top, because to have 5,000, 6,000 follows and have 200 people hide your posts, as offensive as we can be, that's not bad. So we're learning how to navigate this. As soon as my Reels compensation gets up, as soon as I get stars, I don't know when that's going to happen. They've approved me for stars 2 years ago, and they say it's under review, and I can't get anyone on Facebook. I've got green across the board, but there's nothing I can do. So if you have a problem with seeing the show, if you don't know where to go, it's real simple. Go onto Facebook. You can go to Spotify. You can go to anchor.fm and see all my podcasts. There's 16 different podcasts we stream to, including iHeartRadio. You can see us on Twitter. You can see us on Rumble, YouTube, Instagram for recorded shows. But the easiest way is to go to Facebook, go to videos, and they're all right there, or live. You click on live, you can get our full, all the way back to 2020 election. You can see our live shows when we had like 12 people watching. So that's how you see the content. That's the best way for you to understand. All right. So what are people asking, Olivia? I saw somebody talked about recorded shows.
Somebody asked if the recorded shows are only on YouTube.
See, that's crazy. How can they not see? When you guys, okay, you know what? We need to do this. And I knew we needed to do this because this is going to help. And even though we've only got 90 some odd on right now, this is important. Okay. So if you go on the web and you go over to Officer Capri. By the way, if Officer Capri is on, I love your channel. How many followers is he at? 20,000. He's growing. I love that. I've been trying to help him grow. So if you go on the web, you'll see right here, boom, right when you walk in, there's a video. Right here's the live show. It's right here. And you know we're live. It's right there. There's this morning's coffee show. There's a t-shirt. Boom. There's the podcast, the most latest podcast. Here is the coffee chat from this morning. Everything's right here. And there's the latest video. Now, if you're like, I don't want to scroll the feed, real simple. Just come over here to the top, click videos. And there you go. Latest videos, playlists, seasons, Amy and Leroy, season 3. It's all right here. Short clips, some funny clips. When we did 5 for Fighting, which was actually, those were fun. All right here. Ready to go. And go see Hayden do the national anthem. Anyway, that's the video. And if you want from here, you can go to live. And there it is. These are all the live shows. And they're all here. Everything. Okay, real simple. Now, the last thing, if you want to, you can also click on the shop from Facebook. It's all right here. So if you want to see what all the merchandise looks like and everything we sell, it's all right here. Okay? Everything. Now, if you're like, wait a second, I don't know what to do. I don't understand. I still don't understand, Matt, because I don't understand Facebook. I just don't get it. That's fine. Go to thedumbshow.com. And everything you want is right here. Now, in Safari, this, for some reason, this doesn't load on my computer. And it takes a second, but it should load fairly fast for you. But if you want to go to the shop, it's all right here. Veterans, coffee, hoodies, under $20. You want to go ahead and look at new releases? Click it. New items have arrived. They're all right here. Everything you want. You want to see where the podcast is? It's real simple. Go to the show. The latest episode is put right here, always. There it is. And then you can see where I'm followed. You can hit the podcast. All the podcasts are right here. Video casts, all the sites we do it there. Live show, all right here. Blog, you want to find us, or you want to message me. Real simple. Right here. Contact me. I even have a phone number for you to call if you want to. And all you do is put your name, email, message me, and then bam, you're set. That's how you do it, folks. That is how you do it. Everyone understand? Good. So if you're trying to find the show, that's how you find it. Any comments on that? Any questions on that, Liv?
No,
Nobody had any comments?
not that I saw.
All right, then let's rock and roll. You don't see Christmas ornaments yet. I'll have those up tomorrow. I've got them over. I'll have them up tomorrow. I have T-shirts I got to do too, but they're on the store. I just got to add them, and I will have a dummy one. I'll have a Don't Unfriend Me one. They're probably going to be black with just the white, our logo, maybe a green one and a red one and a gold one. I don't know. We'll come up with some fun ones. All right.
This is something you got to get Hayden involved in. She would be good at, because, she's on the countdown to Christmas already. She considers November 1st the Christmas season.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
Well, I just gave you a Venn diagram. You got the Venn diagram on how to surf the site. Listen, it's important. And remember, every time you watch a video, anywhere you're at, Rumble, you Twitter, just hit that like. Everyone, guys and girls, listen to me. When you walk by the Salvation Army and you go into the grocery store, you always drop a few pennies in. Everybody does. Whatever you got. A buck, some pocket change. It doesn't matter if you just did it the other day. You do it again. You need to do the same thing when it comes to the show. People always ask, how can I help? Hit like. If you can like and share it and make a comment, holy shit, that's the holy trifecta. But every time you do that, it creates interaction. And when Facebook sees that, they promote it. And that's how we do well. Okay?
Someone on YouTube wants to know if you're ever going to get an app.
I thought about that. Now I can do it. I can have an app created through Shopify. And it's fairly expensive. But I've thought about doing it. That would require me to learn. And I'm not, that's how I taught myself web design, how I taught myself, video editing, graphic design, audio and radio buys. I mean, everything I've done in my entire life, I've just taught myself. So I would have to learn how to do it. But I've heard an app is pretty cool for that. But, the great thing is if you're looking for the podcast, you guys can find it on iTunes. It's right there. You can go on to Spotify anytime you want. So anything you guys want, I'll try to expand on it. What's up, Amy? What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at the whole, because I struggle with Spotify so much. I've had several teenagers try to show me. Jason has lost patience with me over it because I just don't understand Spotify.
This is as easy as it gets. Let me show you something. And you know what? We'll just take a few minutes to this because it's important. I really do think it's important to help the listeners because it's tough sometimes to know what to do. Okay, so you can go to, first of all, you can go to Anchor FM, anchor.fm, real simple. Oh, that's what I made this month. See, you guys are already here. $152. I'm rich, bitch. But you can see, I mean, the show's
almost
doing
illegal groceries.
Well, the podcast is tough to make money on. Unless you're getting 1 million views a day, it's hard to make good money. Okay. So here's how this works. You've got Amazon Music. If you just go to Anchor FM, it's right there. You want to go to iTunes, you click it, it's all set up for you. Okay? It's right there. Now it opened up in a different window. So there it is. Don't Unfriend Me show, right there. All the episodes right there on iTunes. Make sure to leave a review. So you want to listen on Spotify? It's right here. Listen on Spotify. That's it. And then all you do, want to rate this podcast? Yes. Hold on a second. I can rate myself? Head over to Spotify on your mobile app. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just do it on my mobile app. So if you want it, all you do is hit play. Good afternoon, Don't Unfriend Me Nation. I've got good news. And this is... I don't know what else to say. This actually shows up, guys and girls. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. My name is Matthew Spear. I'm the host of Don't Unfriend Me.
all right there.
I'm not a financial
You can rate
analyst.
it.
You can do everything you want. Give it a rating. We've got 4.6 rating. And the video is right here. Real estate developer. You can see it. And the video will pull up. So you can either watch it with video or listen to it. That's the easiest way. It's real simple. It's not hard. All right? Everyone good? Great. And don't spend all that money in one place for the podcast. Podcast is hard because that's why I need people to go to Spotify, because we started to get some real traction. We started to see, you saw that right there. I mean, this month alone, I think it was 25,000 impressions on Spotify, 70,000 interactions. That's huge. For a podcast our size, 70,000 downloads in a month. So need you on Spotify. And the problem is I don't have enough followers on Spotify for them to allow me to do advertising. So all I make are some real small commercials when you listen to Spotify that'll pull up that don't pay a whole lot. And I would have to have 1 million downloads in order to make some good money on that. But Spotify will pay me if I can have up to 1,000 followers. So get out there, share it, and help out. All right, so there's my pitch. I'm sorry that it took so long.
Yeah.
But I haven't done that in a while. All right, we got a show to do. We've got some interesting things. Y'all ready? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You guys sound excited. Wow. So excited. Jeez. You guys ready? Yeah, I guess.
Feels like Monday.
Feels like the Monday blues, doesn't it? I want to show you guys something.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? And let me give it full screen access and extend this window over. The Protect the House of 2024. Does anyone know what this is?
No.
No.
Kevin McCarthy introduced Protect the House 2024. I don't know. Right about around the time with Speaker. And ultimately it was designed to help 9 to 17 seats that were vulnerable to raise money to continue to keep legislators in their seats in the House who were close to losing their seats because they were weak districts or they were purple districts or Democrats were pushing a lot of money into the zone. So Kevin McCarthy created this fund. And this fund generated over $39 million in fundraising. And when I look at these dates, and you can look at them too, you're looking at 6/23/2003, 3/31, 6/30, 5/30, 4/28, 2/28, and 4/28. These are transfers of dollars. I want someone to do the math on this. Liv, you ready? 600,000
Okay.
plus 500,000. It's 1.1 million.
Yes. Thank
Plus 326, which is 1.426 million. 235, which is 1.65 million.
you. No, 1.661.
1.661 million. Okay, then 92 million, or 92,000, sorry.
Okay.
64,000
Okay.
and $47,000.
It's 1.864.
By the way, Becky, thank you for ordering a hoodie. I just saw you did. Thank you so much for doing that, folks. Everyone's starting to order for holidays. So there's a bunch of beautiful hoodies out there. They're comfy as hell. Who stole what? Wait. Becky says they have the same set. Benny should really be promoting your set that he stole. Okay. So Kevin McCarthy in the last 6 months has withdrawn and put in his campaign from this fund that he created. How much?
1.864 million. $1,864,000.
Wow. So who thinks that that's a lot of money?
Yeah, I do.
Who thinks that? Go ahead, Amy.
I was just going to say, I would like to campaign for him to start a fundraiser for me, for my personal finances.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that be nice? So my window here needs to expand a little bit. 1 second. There we go. And then we can close this side. All right, so here's Lauren Boebert. Now, everyone here knows that I've had some choice words to say about Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. And it's not because I don't think Lauren Boebert deserves to be recognized for her bodacious tatas, because they are fantastic. And there is nothing physically rewarding that I can tell you anything about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't find MTG attractive, but they deserve some sort of respect. I don't find them to be, I think they're just as bad as the entrenched, stuffy, elitist politicians. I think they are on the other end of the aisle where they don't have enough, and they're essentially the yin yang. They're the bipolar opposites. They're the polar opposites of the stuffy elitists where, okay, I'm just going to say, I think they're uneducated rednecks. Sorry. I think they are uneducated rednecks. And as I also feel AOC is an uneducated, inarticulate, petulant, progressive child, I feel the same way about MTG and Lauren Boebert. But I also feel the same way about Nancy Pelosi that I do about Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell. Okay? And the middle of the road, there are plenty that I like. Now, it's not that I dislike Lauren Boebert. I find her to be completely disingenuous, and I'm going to show you why. And I've told you to watch out. I told you to watch out, just like I told you about Vivek Ramaswamy. Just like I told you to watch what they were going to do to DeSantis. Just like I told you about Governor Whitmer. Just like I told you about Kemp in Georgia. And I told you about Kari Lake in Arizona wasn't going to win when Charlie Kirk and everyone else was telling you she was going to run the floor. And I said, there's not a chance in hell. Everyone remember, Amy was there that night. I walked down Arizona and I showed you the votes. And I said, there's not enough votes left for her to win. And this was like a week and a half before all of it kind of the fit hit the shan. Lauren Boebert posted this on Twitter today, 10/4/23. Here it is. My colleagues would be, does anyone want to read this?
Sure, I'll read it.
Okay, go ahead. Can you do it, Lauren Boebert's voice?
What,
You got to kind of do it like Colorado.
She have like that's
She has
not
like
a
a-
Colorado accent.
She got a Colorado and a California mix.
That sounds like redneck to me right there.
What did I just say?
Well, I've lived in both places, but I don't remember
Okay.
accents.
Can you just
from
read the
either.
tweet, or I'll read the tweet? Somebody read the damn tweet.
My colleagues would be sorely mistaken to take a childish, vengeful route Oh my gosh. I feel
Holy
like
crap.
it's school again.
Okay, Livia's done with reading tonight.
I swear to God, I didn't spike my drink tonight.
My
tired.
collegius, it's Greek. My collegius,
Or like Hayden would say, comical.
yes, would be sourly Miss Takin, it's Japanese, to take a chilish, which is Norwegian, vengeful, which Italian, rayut, and try to expel my friend, Matt Gaetzi,
Gaiety.
for standine up to Phaliad leader Ship.
You're the one who wanted me to talk more.
My colleagues would be sorely mistaken to take a childish, vengeful route and try to expel my friend Matt Gaetz for standing up to failed leadership. Okay, Lauren Boebert comes out and she makes a statement like this. Everyone understand, right?
Yes.
She's defending whom?
Matt Gates.
Matt.
Right, Amy, you get it, right? She's defending Matt Gaetz and saying, how dare you? I can't stand this. You shouldn't do this. This is wrong. Whatever. Okay, now I'm going to show you something else. Somebody go ahead and read this. And let me move it over.
Yeah.
Just got to minimize a little bit. Move it over. Sorry, I truncated the window. There we go.
Oh.
So I want to break this down. Itemized disbursements, all listed line numbers. This is from docqueryfec.gov. This is a government website where all FEC donations, contributions, everything. You can actually make a $25 contribution today, and tomorrow you will see it under your candidate right here from you without your name, but you can just look at the date and timestamp. So now this is all verifiable. You can go find this information if you want. I don't care. I'm not going to do it for you. I've already taken a screenshot. Committee. What's the name of the committee, ladies?
Oh, protect this house.
Protect
Is
the
Under
House
Armour doing
2024. Yeah, Protect the House 2020. Under Armour's doing the t-shirts.
Yeah.
Transfer of net proceeds. Each of those days correlate with whose withdrawal from the campaign contributions and were paid to by whom. Kevin McCarthy paid Lauren Boebert. Let's do the math. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ready.
95,788
$95,788. Okay.
plus 31,327.
Okay. It's $127,115.
$127,000 in less than 3 months. I went back to January. It's over $330,000 Kevin McCarthy gave Lauren Boebert.
Wow.
Don't fucking tell me that they're all not corrupt.
Yeah.
Don't you dare tell me. Because guess what? She didn't even vote. She didn't even show up for the vote. And do you know who else is saying Trump, Trump, Trump? MTG. She was on today on Alex Jones talking all about Donald Trump, 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 Trump. Guess what? She voted for McCarthy. She voted for McCarthy. Stop telling me my business, number one, and calling me a fucking rhino because I will not support these complete shills. Stop telling me that I'm a rhino because I will not defend these people.
Yeah. I don't have any words tonight. Sorry. That's I'm not a fan of most politicians anyway, though. I like a lot of our local
Yeah.
people, but I don't know. I'm going to DC next week. Maybe I should go early and stroll around and see who I can run into.
It comes down to this.
Maybe you can pull a fire alarm.
But let me ask you a question. Why is Kevin McCarthy pulling out $1.8 million? Olivia, when is his re-election campaign up? Can you look? Just look it up. When is Kevin McCarthy running for re-election? The vote about was ousting Kevin McCarthy as speaker. You've got Lauren Boebert giving a tweet saying, stand by Matt Gaetz, defend Matt Gaetz.
2024.
2024. $1.84 million. He was over 2 years away when he pulled that money. 2 years. Excuse me, 1 year away. No, 2 years, 2024. So he pulled that money right after his reelection, less than a year away. Now, it is true, you have to go ahead and start running for House almost like a month after you get in. You have to start, or you're going to be behind. But the point is that he created a fund for reelection, and it just so happens that he gave it to people who were some of his biggest critics. Now, I have a dilemma. I absolutely love the United States Navy SEALs. And if order for me to do this right, I have to out as former SEAL. And it's not Eli and it's not Latrell. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But there's other ones. And I'm going to let you do the homework. I'm going to lay you on the ground and tell you that there is a most recent elected former SEAL team member who also was paid by Kevin McCarthy, who pretended to stand by Matt Gaetz as well. And I'm not going to say his name because I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Because the level of respect that I have for the teams and the team guys, I'm just not going to do it. But I'm telling you, it's not going to be hard to find. There's only so many active SEALs in the house or former SEALs in the house. It's not Eli Crane. It's not Latrell. Go figure it. It's not Dan Crenshaw. It is not Dan Crenshaw either. No. Dan Crenshaw is a lot of things. Trust me. Dan Crenshaw has Trump derangement syndrome personified.
Is it Tim?
Tim what?
She.
Go look it up. Go look it up. Go find it out. Go dive. I gave you the website to look. It's not Dan Crenshaw. And it's not going to be hard for you to find, okay? It's not going to be hard for you to find. I just gave you the website to look up with the FEC. It's not going to be hard for you to find. So go and look and do your own research. You don't need to listen to me. But if you think that this stops here, it doesn't, because they raised $39 million. Where's the rest of that money going to go? And it's supposed to go for re-election campaigns, right? That's what it's supposed to do.
There's a lot of SEALs that are in.
There's not that many. There's not that. Oh, shit. I wouldn't be doing my job if I don't do it.
It's only 5, it says, in Congress.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. There you go.
Ryan.
There you go.
Van Orden.
There you go. There you go. So I don't know what to say, because honestly, if I'm gonna out Boebert, you gotta out all of them. You know, there's a group of team guys. They're all SEALs. And Van Orden is also a part of the Brotherhood. And I'm not here to say that he's done something wrong. I'm not here to say that that money isn't going directly for campaign finance, which it most assuredly probably is. But the point is it's coming from directly from the Speaker of the House. And you have to question loyalties when you're receiving dollars of that magnitude. And I want to be clear. I am not accusing any of these people of crimes. But if you think that getting that much money donated to your campaign doesn't sell loyalty, listen to the math. 80,000, 70,000 is 150, 205 at 55,000, 45,000 is $250,000. $250,000 in 3 months. was given to Van Orden by the Protect the House 2024 fund.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
Let's go ahead and continue the conversation. State legislate. See, this is the type of show I want to do. Right here. This. And this is what I've been doing lately. I love bringing receipts. When state legislature and Senate first started, they were paid $6, and it wasn't even paid. It was per diem. $6. To go to Washington, D.C., where there were no trains, there were no cars. It was literally horseback. They didn't have an entourage. They usually would take a son or daughter. They would sleep on a bedroll on the side of the roads because towns were not in abundance. They would hunt while they went out because the beef jerky and the cornmeal bread, they would have to source their own water because they couldn't carry the weight of water that was needed. And they would arrive in Washington and they would do their job and they would leave. That's what it used to be.
That's what it should be still. This minus the horseback, but that's what it should be.
And maybe a little bit more money in per diem. Let's make them go to horseback. Do you really want to be in Washington? Do you wanna, punk?
How badly?
Yeah, make Nancy Pelosi ride horse cross country.
You've got a crazy guy with a hair trigger. He has a hostage. What do you do? What do you do?
Shoot the hostage.
Shoot the hostage, sir. So now they get paid $174,000 and they come out as millionaires, multi-millionaires. If Kevin McCarthy doesn't seek re-election, do you actually think that money, some of it, most of it, doesn't go into Kevin McCarthy's pocket?
I'm pretty sure it will.
Listen,
Right.
I'm not going to out a politician who I know personally, but I know how much they made in campaign contributions, and I know how much they got to keep. And I'm not going to say anything. Amy knows who I'm talking about, but I know how much he kept. And I also, I listen, if you think I don't want to do that show, I would love to do that show. I don't have any loyalty. You can tell me a secret and I'll take it to my grave. But if you hurt people or you break the law, I will fucking roll over on you on a New York minute. I don't have any loyalties that way. I don't play. That's why I will never be good in politics, because I won't lie for people. I won't dishonor myself by breaking the law. But I will tell you, these people get rich running for office. But don't tell me that MTG and Lauren Boebert are MAGA ever again. Because here's the real crux of this whole thing. Donald Trump endorsed Kevin McCarthy for Speaker. Why would he endorse Kevin McCarthy for Speaker?
The money.
I don't know. But I also don't know why he endorsed Mohammed Oz or Herschel Walker or any of the other knuckleheads. It comes down to this. Washington is a giant cesspool. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to start looking into Saudi Arabia and the Trump family and money that was made during the presidency, where Donald Trump didn't make, but I want you to look at what Jared Kushner made. I want you to look at what Ivanka made. I want you to look at Eric and what Eric Trump made. And I want you to take a real hard look at it. And I want you to start peeling back the layers. And you tell me if I'm wrong. But if you get mad at me because all of a sudden I just did the exact same thing I did to two rhinos, real rhinos, and then I've done it to Biden as well. I have broken him down so many times. But then when I say I need you to also look at the Trump family and what they made while they were in,
Yeah.
It's almost like, you know, Dad, this is the travesty when it comes to Donald Trump. Because I truly believe this. I think everybody, like lampreys, are taking a bite.
Yes.
He is the shark, and these fucking leeches, these lampreys, are attached and sucking him dry. That's what I believe. And I think everybody's doing it. I think his family's doing it. I think Fox News is doing it. I think the legal system's doing it. I think Republicans are doing it. I think Democrats are doing it. And I believe everybody's doing it to the guy. Now, is he perfect? Absolutely not. But if you really look at this and you look at the money changing hand in Washington, D.C., everybody's dirty. Everybody's dirty. Go ahead, Amy.
Exactly. Everyone is dirty. And there's so many horrible things that happen in our country, this just being one of them. But there's a certain level of atrocities that happen that are bankrolled by the same people who are in government or who have some kind of backdoor association with certain things. And a lot of it is crime related, not or indirectly, I should say, crime related. There's a lot of things that happen that are not completely legal, or there's certain aspects that are not legal, but you know, there's a lot of politicians and a lot of people who want to be in that, not just politicians, but the people who run DC, a lot of people where we live right outside of DC that are affiliated with these horrible things. I mean, you name it, they're involved. And it's all about the money. And that's why a lot of these things in our country that we as Americans are like, why is this still happening in our country? Why are we allowing these things to happen? It's because it's financed or someone's getting paid off of the back of somebody else, or somebody else is suffering, or somebody else's, you know, unfortunate, you know, decisions. It's really, I think politics is super corrupt. I think you're going to find that. And I'm not just saying about America. This is literally any politics in any part of the
I'm
world.
with you,
Doesn't
sister.
matter.
I'm with
So I'm not just
you
throwing
don't
out
have to tell me twice.
Yeah.
I think they're all corrupt.
Yeah.
You notice how I didn't say Donald Trump was corrupt? Because all you got to do is look at his holdings and look at what he did. And Trump is now not in charge of all the businesses again. He has kept himself autonomous from them. Trump is a lot of things. He's an arrogant dick sometimes. But a crook, I don't know. I read some of those statements from those carpenters that he supposedly hired for Trump Tower and didn't pay. And I also know what general contractors are like because I worked for them for a long time. And they are some of the most shady motherfuckers on the planet. GCs are literally where the Third Reich went to when they fled Germany. They're right up there with taxi cab drivers, lawyers, and what's it called? Who oversees our house that we have to pay? HOA. Nazis. All
you guys, you can fight the HOA now. Didn't you see that whole thing happen?
No, not yet, because
No.
let's continue to keep on this. Then you can talk about it because I want to hear it. I do. I want to hear it. But I just want to finish this segment.
Yeah.
So I just looked up about Ivanka and Jared,
Yeah.
and they received either it's between 172 to 640 million. No one can actually pin down the exact number, but I guess Kushner started a private equity firm shortly after Donald Trump left the White House, and he received $2 billion from the Saudi government for a 28% stake in the company. So that must be something right there.
Don't tell me people didn't profit off of Trump's criminal and civil crucifixion at this point. This is absolutely not, folks. Do you understand what 91 indictments mean? Do you know that Al Capone didn't have that many indictments? Do you want to look at the pharmaceutical companies? Do you want to look at the savings and loan scandals? Do you want to look at Bill fucking Cosby? I can sit here and list off some of the worst criminals in history. Enron, none of them received 91 indictments. I'm going to show you a couple of things here that are going to make you wonder. And I am not the great defender of Donald Trump. Everybody knows who I am. They know that Trump pisses me off, that I wish I could talk to him for 30 minutes and I'd be like, dude, if you want to win, here's the playbook. Here's the playbook. But the thing is Trump doesn't need the money. Do you know right now he could go on the lecture circuit? He could go to every conservative campus. He could go to every single oil company and make $350,000 a fucking hour on the electric circuit. He doesn't need this. And that is the one thing I will die on that hill, is everyone says his motivation for his criminality in civil cases was money and power. Two things he already possesses. Now, do businessmen do some shady shit? Of course they do. I'm not questioning that. But for you to sit here and charge this man with what Letitia James is doing, I've already done the show on it, and I'm going to break down, I've got the court documents. All 222 pages. 222 pages with 876 lines of injury. Are you fucking kidding me? For 8 situations of supposedly defrauding a bank without a victim and without a plaintiff. There's no plaintiff. Even the state isn't the plaintiff in this case.
Thank you.
Here's a note. Trump campaign raised $45.5 million in Q3 with more than $37.5 million cash on hand. That is a treasure trove. The fact that Donald Trump is fundraising with numbers like this is unheard of with all the legal trouble and crap that he's facing.
Yep.
Still not done, but go ahead, Ames.
No, it's sickening to see this much money, especially knowing a lot of, and I'm not saying Trump is one of these politicians, but there's so many politicians who claim they're going to help, people who need help, who need financial support, and they could do it with their campaign funds, and they just pocket most of that.
Oh.
Not most of it, but a portion of that money. And it's just sickening to hear this.
Do you guys remember what I said about Donald Trump? I said, when he announces, does anyone remember what I said about his legal fees?
They're not, you said he didn't have to pay them because it's paid by the RNC.
The RNC paid his legal fees because he ran for president, because he became president. The RNC pays his legal fees for life. That's just the way it works. Every president gets that. Bush got that. Reagan got that. Trump had that. The moment he gave that up and decided to run for president again, all of his legal fees come out of his pocket because then it's a campaign contribution. And the RNC can't do that. They have to legally go through the FEC. They can't pay for his campaign bill or his legal fees. Once he did that, he gave up hundreds of millions of dollars in lawyer fees. And if you think it's not going to be over $100 million to support him in all these cases, then you haven't had a fucking lawyer. Because for me, just to get something that was bogus expunged from my record cost me $15,000.
Oh.
Yeah, Amy's in the hundreds.
I was like, the last bogus thing against me, which I won everything except for legal fees, was $50,000.
Right.
That was just the one. So it's my last one.
So
can't wait for this one.
I want to show you something, and both of you to listen. This is Letitia James, Lazy Eye Letitia James. I've watched her pantomimes. This woman cannot stop lying. I want you to see how many times she goes up into the creative portion of her brain. And the lies that she tells, and listen to this. And then I'm going to show you Donald Trump. He took the gloves off. He's sick and tired of this shit. Listen to her and just watch.
Trump's comments were offensive. They were based.
Okay. Judy says, so mad. If DJT loses and he has to pay the fines, where will that money go since there's no victim? It'll go to the state of New York. It goes to the state of New York. And then a portion of it goes to the federal government because they will have to pay taxes on that as the state. It's a racket, man. It's a complete fucking racket. There's no victim. $250 million. If he made $100 million, why are you giving him $250 million in fines? If he supposedly overestimated his property by billion, then why aren't you going after that? Because that's what the bank lost on the property value. The bank didn't lose anything. You have to prove intent that the bank gave him that loan based upon the numbers that he put down. You have to go to every loan officer who was involved in that, every attorney who signed off on it, every commissioner who approved it, and say that the reason they gave him the money and the only reason they gave him the money were his valuations for his property. Go fuck yourself. There's no way. You're not going to prove it. This case is complete bullshit. Yes, I'm cussing. Yes, I'm mad. I will go after Trump when he deserves to be hit, and I've hit him plenty. I'm not doing it on this one because I completely disagree with this shit. You need to hit him on the document scandal. He's going to get obstruction for that. I've already told you. You better just get ready for it. The rest of this shit needs to be thrown out and tossed out because of garbage district attorneys like her. This lady is a fucking shill. I'm done not cussing and getting upset, okay? I'm not going to sit here and be Tim Cass. I'm not going to be Benny Johnson, where I'm going to go ahead and lie to you and then go ahead and give you verses out of the Bible. Benny fucking Johnson. All right, folks, let me go ahead and tell you how there's going to be a nuclear war tomorrow. We're all going to die. All right, let's go to chapter and verse. Give me a break. Yeah. At least I'm honest with you. At least I tell you the truth. I cuss, I get angry, I get hot. I've got a level of vernacular and a level of dialogue that I sound like I'm from Harvard 1 minute, and then I sound like I'm a truck driver or a Navy sailor the next. That's what you get with me. My mother taught me to speak in both mediums. Where I come from, mother's a half a word. But this shit, you shouldn't be upset by my language. You should be upset by this. Listen to this crap.
They were void of any facts and or any evidence. What they were comments that unfortunately fomented violence, and comments that I would describe as race baiting, and comments, unfortunately, that appeals to the bottom of our humanity. This case was brought simply because it was a case where individuals have engaged in a pattern and practice of fraud. And I will not sit idly by and allow anyone to subvert the law. And lastly, I will not be bullied. And so Mr. Trump is no longer here. The Donald Trump show is over. This was nothing more than a political stunt.
Well, she had that right. Nothing more than a political stunt. Yes. Well, you're the one who brought the charges against him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be there.
When Bragg turned them down, Bragg turned them down, right? Bragg, the number one Trump hater. Do you know how many people turned these charges down? Do you know how many expired because of statute of limitations? Everything she said, you could tell when she lied. She looked up, she went to the creative side of her brain, and the ending tells you everything you need to know. The Trump show is over. You vindictive, see you next Tuesday. And that's not SEEYA. It's CUNT. See you next Tuesday. What a world-class bitch. Fuck her. Oh, you know what? Because I want you to listen to Trump here. This is the Trump. You know what? They need to keep indicting him. This is the Trump we need. This is 2016 Trump. And you're going to hear him for the first time be 2016 Trump, where he's no longer about himself. He's fucking pissed off. And he's got every right to be. And he should not shut up. Make him throw him in jail. You're going to gag me? Fuck you. You're going to gag on my fist as I continue to shove it down your throat in front of every single newspaper, every single camera, every single blog. I'm going to go on the Don't Fucking Unfriend Me show and low grade myself just so they can hear it too. Donald Trump don't shut up. Make him throw you in jail. Because I'll tell you what, the moment that they clack cuffs on him, he's going to win. The moment that they gag him and silence him, everything he said is going to be true. That's why the judge hasn't gagged him over this. They haven't got him in contempt. They won't. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Listen to him. And you know what? After I listened to him, I was so freaking fired up because I'll be honest with you, I don't want Trump to run again. Now, I kind of want him to. I kind of want to vote for him again. Because this, if you don't think that this is a witch hunt, if you really truly believe in 4 years he did this many things illegally where it deserves 91 indictments, then you are the stupidest son of a bitch on the planet.
How did he have time to run the country if he was doing that much crime?
You are the dumbest brick on in the foundation of this house. You are the dumbest brick in the foundation of this trailer park. There is no way this guy deserves 91 indictments. Not a chance. I've read every one of them. They got him on obstruction. That one's going to hurt, and he deserves it. Okay, give him his $270,000 fine, slap him on the wrist, and put him on probation and let him run his fucking race. Let him run. If you're not scared of him, then why do you always try to destroy him?
Exactly.
Here you go. Listen to this.
Today, if you read the New York...
Liv, I want you in on this one. This one's
Okay.
important. This is 2016 Trump, and I want you to hear it.
Today, if you read the New York...
Wait a second. Jerry, okay, you're going to get my fucking crosshairs. Fuck you. Jerry, fuck you. If one more of you fucking trolls tell me, congrats, you're awake, I'm the only one who's been talking about this shit. I want you to go on any conservative channel and see who just fucking called out MTG and Lord Boobert. Please show me the conservative channel that did it. Please show me who stood up against the stolen election in January 6ers. Please show me. Who has it been besides me?
I think he's saying that you.
Nah,
finally-
fuck him. He knows what he's saying. Fuck him. Dude, I've been awake the whole fucking time. I've never been asleep. I'm not going to let you sit here and pretend that all of a sudden this just dawned on me. I call balls and strikes. When he's wrong, I hit him. When he's right, I support him. When Biden supported the VA and he supported those veteran bills, he got accolades from me. But this must be your first day here. You just must have just fallen off the turnip truck. Congratulations on being awake. Congratulations on being a dick. I'm done. This is my show, and this is the way this show's going to be from now on. You're going to get me the way I am. This is who I am. I fight fervently. I love passionately. And if you can't handle that, then 3 doors down is Occupy Democrats, and don't let the fucking door hit you where the good Lord splits you. Here's Donald Trump.
Journals, they basically say they have no case against Trump. But I'm here, stuck here, and I can't campaign. I'd rather be right now in Iowa.
My blood pressure, I guarantee you, and my wife will tell you, is 72 right now. My heart rate is 72 to 68 beats a minute, and my blood pressure is sitting at 115 to 118.
What was it when you were in surgery? I can't remember what they said.
Was it like super low, like he was dead?
Yeah.
Ethan, leave,
No, not super
Ethan,
low.
leave so I can cuss some more. Get out of here.
Love you.
I love you, son. My blood pressure, while I was having a tooth extracted where I wasn't numb, the highest it got was 140. The nurse had to come over me and look at my pulse ox and say, Mr. Spear, I need you to breathe. I'm wondering if you're alive. Your heart rate is at 62 beats a minute resting. I don't get upset. This is passion. My blood pressure is, see that? Yeah, but I shoot with this hand. I am absolutely fine. I'm not mad at anybody, but what I'm not going to do is have listeners do this, congratulations on being awake. It's a patronizing, condescending dick thing to say. You know what I would say? I would say, man, this is the Matt we need. This is the person we need. I would try to encourage. I wouldn't belittle. Do you think that I don't see what's going on with him? But do you also think that I don't see some of the things that he's done, that he deserves what he's getting? Donald Trump is an arrogant, pompous asshole who shows no loyalty to anyone. And that is on him. That's his cross to bear. But what he did do was show loyalty to the American people. And I have always said that. And I have never, ever not said that. All I've said is Donald Trump can't win this election because there is no path for him to win right now. But if you think that they're going to continue to do this type of shit and the American people aren't going to wake up to it, I'm telling you they already are. You don't make $37 million in a quarter for campaign contributions unless people are waking up. Because let's face it, not all of us can give that much money. He's making this on dollar contributions. Everyone's saying that these, remember when he made $6 million, they're like, oh, those are all RNC giant contributions. How about now? How about now? Congratulations on
I have
waking
no
up.
sound effects board. I had a good one to play, but it's not working.
You have to unplug the board, the audio itself from the back of the computer and plug it back in and then close the app and reopen the app. All right, here we go. You know what? Jerry says, wow, maybe I was wrong about you. What the Jerry, okay.
Still not.
Jerry, let me just be honest with you. I don't know who you are. And I don't care. And if you misjudge me for the good, if you misjudge me for the bad, it has absolutely no impact on my life. Because I will continue to say what I've always said, and I will continue to fight fervently for what I can prove and what the truth is. And it doesn't require your support. I will speak the truth and be honest, whether you're here or not. But I think what you said was a fucked up thing. And I think you know it was. It was condescending and it's backhanded and you know it was. And if you don't agree, I also don't care. If you don't like what I said, call and defend your case. There's the URL. Let's see if I'm right about you. I think you're a feckless coward. Let's see if I'm right. There's the URL. Call into the show. Call into the show and prove me wrong. Let's see if I know you better than you think you know me. Donald Trump, let's finish this video.
Today, if you read the New York law journals, they basically say they have no case against Trump. But I'm here, stuck here, and I can't campaign. I'd rather be right now in Iowa. I'd rather be in New Hampshire, South Carolina, or Ohio, or a lot of other places, but I'm stuck here because I have a corrupt attorney general that communicates with the DOJ in Washington to keep me nice and busy because I'm leading Biden in the polls by a lot. That's all this is. This is election interference. They made up a fake case. They're fraudulent people. And the judge already knows what he's going to do. He's a Democrat judge. In all fairness to him, he has no choice. He has no choice. He's run by the Democrats. I know this city better than anybody knows this city. Nobody knows it like I do. He's a Democrat judge out of the clubhouses. He's controlled, and it's a shame. What's going on here is a shame. Our whole system is corrupt. This is corrupt, Atlanta is corrupt, and what's coming out of D.C. is corrupt. But this is a good one because this one is interesting. This one is very interesting. Why attend? Because I want to point it out to the press how corrupt it is, because nobody else seems to be able to do it. New York Law Journal today did a very good job, and others have done a good job. They say there's no case here. But we have a corrupt attorney general that tried to make a case.
No, this was not 2016. This was just recently. This was just the other, I think it was today. Yes, day 2. What I'm saying is he sounds like the 2016 Donald Trump. That's what I'm saying. That's what we need. We need the guy with a fire in his belly. that he wants to expose the media. When's the last time we heard him say that? We want to expose the corruption. When's the last time we heard him say that? He's not talking about woe is me, that it's a witch hunt, that this is about a stolen election. He's off that shit. He's over the target. He's where he needs to be. He's right where he needs to be. He's dropping bombs. And he's calling out the things that America knows, the corruption. Why did you attend? I attended because I absolutely want to expose this shit. Let's finish this real quick, and then I want comments.
Thank you very much.
When's the last time he's just walked out and not taken questions? When's the last time you've seen him just say, you know what, I'm done. I'm not taking this shit anymore. Hey, press, here you go. The fickled salute to all of you. Amy, what do you think? Livia, what do you think? I want to get it. And Jerry, listen, you're either going to become a Don't Unfriend Me fan for life or you're going to leave. And like I said, I don't care. I've given you the call-in number. Come state your case. Please tell me how I overreacted. Let me ask you a question. What if somebody said to you, while you just made that entire monologue with assistance from two amazing human beings to my left and to my right, and you invested the time and energy to research those things and to present them to you in the most factual, honest way possible, and then some person says to you, let's say I say it to you, congratulations on waking up, or whatever the shit you said. Here, let's see it. Let me see if it has the same reaction. There, Jerry, do a search. Let me see if it has the same reaction. Is it J-E-R? Is it G? J.
J-E-R-R-Y.
J-E-R-Y. Suzuki.
Funny thing is he just said, I just made a simple comment. You went too far. Well, he spelled T-to-T-O.
Oh, come on.
I don't care. It's T-O. If he's going to be petty and stupid,
Oh,
I can be petty and stupid
What
too.
is it? Spell the last name.
C-I.
C-I.
S-E-W-S-K-I.
I got it. Congrats, Matt, for waking up. Yeah, fuck you. Yep, I just read it again. I forgot what you said. Now I just read it again. Yeah, fuck you twice.
Apparently it was a compliment.
How come you all say that? You know what? That's what, the people, the Karens, like the ones that come in, the one who called me a narcissist, she's like, it was a compliment. What, with friends like you, who needs enemas?
Right.
That's a compliment? Oh my God, you have commonality with Ted Bundy and Napoleon. Go fuck yourself. Oh, congratulations on waking up. Dude, what's the name of your show? What's it called? The Jerry Can Show? I've never heard of it. You're so woke, you have done nothing to demonstrate how not asleep you are. And what is this awaken shit? This is a Christian term. Why are you using the left's vernacular? We've never been asleep. We're not the party of slavery. We're not the party of Jim Crow laws, Japanese internment camps, against civil rights, the Ku Klux Klan, murdering people in the Underground Railroad, putting bounties on African Americans and whites who help them heads, putting bounties on Union soldiers' heads, being seditious to the government, being seditious to the Union, being seditious to America and the United States that just got done fighting a fucking revolution with tyrannical rule. We're not the one that keeps African Americans and Hispanics and Asian persuasion people in fucking ghettos. We're not the one that created eugenics and slaughters entire generation of African youth. Who the fuck do you think's asleep? Welcome to the show. I'm glad your first day has been a fun one.
Hey,
we'll see if you have a
question.
second day. What? Sorry.
Okay, I don't know if you want to wait until after you get our opinions on Trump.
No, I don't want to wait. Tell
But
me,
okay,
what is
so
it?
Victoria Robinson Lewis, who looks like she's a longtime listener, says, "Hey Matt, hubby is eavesdropping. He wants to know if you think the U.S. is falling down the same hole as the Roman Empire before its demise."
Oh, absolutely. That's a great. I mean, and I wouldn't even say the Roman Empire as much as the Greeks.
Yeah.
as much as the Greeks, because the Greeks were destroyed by the Senate. And you know, Rome was toxic because there were multiple platitudes inside their government of people trying to grab and circumvent power. And it died by 1,000 paper cuts. The Greeks were just severed heads. It was an absolute corrupt and vile Senate power to control the people, and it was greed and a slake for lust, and they were struck down by swords by the people and eradicated. I mean, the Greeks, it's more of this. But yeah, I mean, listen, I want the girls to get their thing. I'll give me a minute and 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. The thing you need to understand is that there's a reason why democracy has failed every time it's been tried, and republics have failed. 26 times we've tried to install democracies on foreign soils with nation building. They have all failed, including Russia. They have failed immensely. And the reason why is because you don't have the American spirit attached. We had to fight for our freedom. We had to rise up from the catacombs like the Egyptian slaves. We had to lay our lives on the line like the Moors and the Saxons. We look like the Cossacks. We have things in common with the Jews when it came to Holocaust and persecution for the last 2,000 years. We look like the Uyghurs in China. We were under tyrannical rule. And we fought for our freedom. And then we had to kill our brothers and our fathers and our sons to once again establish this country. The United States, although very young, has been through some of the most tumultuous shit that has happened to any country in world history on the timeline that it has. And we are bathed in the blood and fire and the ashes of the phoenix. And we have risen up multiple times throughout history. And we will again. But if people think that we're this far removed in the short time that we've been here on terra firma, on this mortal coil from tyranny, you got another fucking thing coming. Because you can look at every major country. There are no superpowers from 1940 left, except us. There are no major empires from the Ottoman Empire, the Mongolian Empire, the Ming Dynasty, the Bolsheviks. You can look for that. You can look at the Egyptians. You can look at the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans. Go to the Japanese Empire. Go to the English Empire. None of them are around anymore. The empire of the United States of America, which we most assuredly are, is not going to be here. It will fail eventually. History has taught us that. And what we know is we are beset upon our past. What past is prologue. We know this throughout history. That's why we have to covet it and read it and understand it so we know not to make the same mistakes. But the liberals want, like the Egyptians did to the slaves, and stop reading and stop writing and stop educating and have another narrative and take away the lessons of the past which set the path to the future.
Yeah.
Are we emulating the Romans and the Greeks? We are the Romans and the Greeks. This is a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you haven't looked around lately, we are losing. And it's not Republicans and it's not Democrats. It's not blacks. It's not whites. It's not gays. It's not straights. It's not Presbyterians. It's not Greek Orthodox. It's the American people. Us, our brothers. We hate our brother with malice in our heart. I look at my brother with malice in my heart. We hate them. And they hate us. Why? Because some rich fuckers in Washington tell us that they're our enemy because they believe in things that are different than us? Who cares? It doesn't matter. And when the blood lets the soil, trust me when I say this, and it will, and it has, You are not going to care. Because us military folk know that we never cared who was to our left and to our right. We only appreciated who was to our left or right because they were going to have our backs. And we know nobody else would. There is no racism in the military when you're getting fired upon. And there are no atheists in foxholes. This country needs to come back. This country needs to stop blaming each other for the problems. And instead of doing this, Republicans and Democrats banging each other's head against her, turn that shit out and focus it on the people who deserve it, which is Washington. I would challenge every person, stop focusing your ire towards Democrats. Stop focusing your ire on people on Facebook. This is what they want, to distract you and keep you divided. That way you don't focus on the true thing. The true thing. That's danger in the room. Okay, now I'm done. What do you guys think of the Trump video?
Well, wait, but I just want to, I'll talk about that in a second, but I do agree with you. I think the American government closely resembles the Greek Empire. I think we've actually talked about it on the show.
We have.
I think it's been a while, but I think we have. And I do agree. I don't know if, I don't really expect a failure, maybe not in our lifetime anyway. I think it's in our lineage. It's a part of our DNA to be fighters and to want to be the country that we are, to be the superpower. And I think there are enough of us here to keep it going, whether that's changing it or, fight. I hope we don't have like another Revolutionary War or a Civil War or something like that. I hope none of those ever happen here on our soil again. I think we have a different fight ahead of us. I think there's so many different layers and it's so different than it was all those years ago. There's so many more issues that we have. It's not just about, taxation. It's not just about owning people. There's so many different layers to this. It's not just a black and white issue. Like, I didn't mean that as like a racial thing. I just meant like, there's no definitive, this is wrong, this is right. There's a lot of layers to it. And I think it's really going to come down to the people who feel the strongest and who are willing to fight for what we truly feel is right. And I hope I fall on the right side of that. It's a lot of rights. But
if you disagree with something, you need standards in order to establish precedent. We don't have any standards anymore. There are no standards. Olivia, your thoughts? By the way, real quick. Sorry, love you. Paul, I'm so sorry. Paul Lord says, you're forgetting about Australia, buddy. What, the land full of criminals? I didn't think you guys deserve any recognition. You guys are a bunch of socialist douche plows anyway. You guys will be fine. Enjoy the breadlines. Enjoy eating fucking, kangaroos and putting another rat on the barbie.
Wombats.
Wake up, you and you people with wake up. Bro, do I look asleep to you? I mean, seriously, what do I need to do? Bend you over a barrel and pop you in the keister? I'm awake, bitch. America's fucked. Always has been and always will be. Think about the Indians. You mean the Native Americans? The indigenous people, you fucking horrible human being, you racist, xenophobic dick. Did you just assume their gender? Go ahead, Liv.
I don't even know the question anymore.
What do you think about the Trump video? I mean, because that's the big one, right?
I think he's pissed. He sounds
you think?
Pissed.
You think?
I think the gloves are off. I think he's pissed, and I think he's pretty much saying fuck you to the left, and his goal is to win no matter what.
What's up, buddy?
I thought you were going to bed.
I was making my lunch and everything.
Oh.
But we are out of sandwich bags, so I cannot put my lunch in.
How about some plastic wrap, buddy?
In the bottom left drawer.
Hold on, folks. We got a dilemma here. We got to fix this.
what's wrong? Maybe we can help.
He's out of sandwich bags. Hey, you got it, yo?
You got it? Thank you for making your lunch.
Word.
Oh, does he pack his lunch?
Yeah, he packs his lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, he packs his
And
lunch.
he gets to the
He's
bus
growing
stop
up.
by himself now, so I get to sleep in.
He gets up at 6:30, gets himself ready, does it.
What'd you say?
What?
You're the luckiest human being ever. 7:15, 6:30.
No, I wake up at 8, dude.
He's like, you're the luckiest human being ever. I wake up at 6:30. You're up at 7:15. She's like, no, I sleep until 8.
His
All right.
face.
So go ahead, Liv. He's upset.
I think he's pissed, and I think you're right. That's the first time I've heard him since 2016 sound like that. It's he hasn't sounded like himself lately, and he's been boring to listen to and hasn't pulled me in. Well, he definitely sounds like his old self in the video.
Yeah. I think he's challenging the judge. I think he wants to get thrown in prison. I really do. And I think he wants to get charged with contempt because all it's going to do is prove this judge's animus. You have the prosecuting DA going out there making a statement that is just as vindictive, just as petty, and just as vicious as Donald Trump, and you expect him to remain silent? Fuck that. She's the prosecutor. If she's going to go out and play that way, he has every right to defend himself. He's innocent until proven guilty, and he has every right. There is nothing that says that you have to remain silent. Nothing. This isn't a grand jury. This isn't a closed and sealed behind closed doors case. This is a public trial that you allowed cameras into the courtroom, fucko. He has every right to say whatever he wants. Throw him in jail. Watch what happens. Your ass will be disbarred faster than a New York minute. You have no bark with your bite. Fuck this guy. I'm just sick of it. I am done. I am done not calling this shit out.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
I think this was a breath of fresh air for a lot of us people who really thought Trump was a great leader for our country for the majority of his presidency. I think also, this is my opinion, but I think most of us would agree, a lot of his antics over the past 4 years really have been outlandish. It's been embarrassing. We don't want to hear him talk. It's always about, he became sort of like a narcissist.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And this is the first, I believe this is the first thing that I've seen, at least, where it's like, oh my gosh, finally again, he's back for the right versus wrong, not wrong versus me.
That's right.
And I think that's why we're like, oh, okay, breath of fresh air. It seems like the OG Trump. And is that right? Did I use that slang term
That's
right?
OG, yeah, no, original gangsta. That's
cool.
Ice-T, man. You're bringing it with a 40. You go have a 40.
My kids are getting, like, my son's getting older, so he's like using like slang. So I'm trying to like be the cool mom, which I'm not.
Oh, wait for the sleigh. Wait for slay. Slay. Wait until that starts.
See, I need you guys to say, what is a bottle of beer that's 40 ounces? What do you call it?
A 40.
40.
It's not a 40, Amy. It's
40.
a 40. 40.
I don't know.
You got to say it right. 40.
Amy, you'll have to come over so Hayden can give you a lesson in teenager speak.
Seriously.
I don't understand it.
My girlfriend has a daughter who's about to turn a real teenager, and she says stuff, and I'm like, what? I'm like, she'll talk to me. I'm like, oh, what does that mean?
Can you, here we go. Can you define the word ship to me in teenage speak?
I'm assuming it's something to do with dating or a relationship.
Wow. Ding, ding, ding. They say, I'm going to ship you, which means I'm going to put you in a relationship with this person, that you guys would be a good couple. What the hell? I don't understand how that got it. I don't get it.
Well, because ship, that's only like ship I get. I don't know, but I did not know. I've never heard that term. So yeah, sorry.
You
We're talking.
said you wanted to spring our own topics.
Yeah, we're talking teenage raising kids.
See, this is what we're good at.
I can't go any darker.
This is my arena.
I can't go any darker. I'm trying to go as dark as I can. I can't go any darker. I'm like literally blacking out my face. I don't want people to see me. Are you guys done?
Yes,
Can
I'm
we
done. That was,
Do you want
that
us
was my
to talk
2
more?
cents. Yeah.
No.
Can I just make one more not related comment because it's been staring at me all night?
You have been so patient. So patient.
Is that a new knife on your wall? It's like a Halloween thing. Like that's all I've been seeing all night. Is just the knife.
Oh, this is
that's
a great.
not new.
This is a great story. This was given to me by my buddy Michael. I'm trying to get him on the show, and I can't call him Old Man River. Now he's getting all personal. Right? He hears me on the show. He watches the show. Now he's getting all sensitive Sally on me. Right? It's like, so you and this fucking old thing, Matt. And I listen. He's like, he called me today, and he's like, dude. You said I was one of the people you trusted, and this guy's Vietnam. special forces, cop. He doesn't know how to express himself. I don't know how to express myself. I don't know how to show emotion like that, only with my wife, because when we make love, I cry. But but he doesn't know how to express it because that's not his generation. But, you know, I know what he wanted to say. I know he wanted to say, I love you, man, and thanks for trusting me, and I trust you too, and I love you. And he doesn't know how to say that. But he's like my dad. But he's also like a buddy. And I didn't have a good dad. My dad was a complete dick. But Mike he's like grandfather, father, and brother all at the same time. And I absolutely love the guy. And I invited him on the show. I said, dude, I want you on. I want you on because we're funny together. We are very funny, and we have no problem. Like, I was sitting here talking. I said, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead. First, he's like, well, I don't get comfortable. I don't know what to talk about. So I'm like, well, Mar-a-Lago, can you believe what's going on with this? He's like, let me tell you a story. You got a second? And I'm like, okay. He's like, do you know where Mar-a-Lago came from? Did you understand that it was a very prestigious place that was protected by the government, and Donald Trump came in there and he offered them this amount of money for it, and the government said no, and then Donald Trump said, fine, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to build skyscrapers right here and buy this property that I own. And the government said, well, you can't do that because you're going to kill the view, and that's going to lower the property. And Trump's like, tough shit. And they're like, fine, we'll take what you offered with the $18 million or $10 million. And Trump gave him the money, and he got it for a song. And I'm like, Mike, that's the stuff I'm talking about. That's why you got to come on the show. You could just have done that, and everybody would have been like, oh my God, or tell me more. That's the type of guy he is. He is a plethora of knowledge. He is super smart. And that's what happens when you're 126 years old. You know a lot of stuff.
Is this your neighbor?
Yes.
That might.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Special
know him,
forces.
but I want to meet him.
Oh, he's awesome.
You will, because I'm going to try to get him on the show. And I think I've convinced him. And he's just like, I'll get embarrassed live. I said, dude, we'll do recorded. All you're doing
We
is
need to meet at the diner for breakfast one morning because he's there every morning.
So let me tell you the story about this knife. Okay. So on my tattoo with my skull tattoo, I can't get the angle, but in his mouth is a K-bar. And K-bar is a type of knife, which was created by the Shanghai Marines in the 4th Shanghai Marines in China and Hong Kong. And these Marines had them specially made, and then the K-bar knife was born. The K-bar is probably one of the most well-known knives used by the Marine Corps. And it's standard issue for all Marines. Brown handle, black metal, standard K-bar knife. However, most K-bars will have a sheath just like this. And they'll look exactly like this. But on the outside, the leather and engraved on the K-bar itself will have USMC and the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, United States Marine Corps. This Mike found, and it is a United States Navy issue K-bar, which is pretty rare. And he gave it to me.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah. So I thought that, and then above that is my dad's M1, and then the other things in the thing. But anyway,
maybe it's been there for a couple days. I just haven't been able to tune in, and I wasn't on.
It's been there for like 9 months.
How have I not noticed it? Like, I don't know if it's like the Halloween season's
I'm
coming up.
viewed in.
Like
I'm zoomed in
yeah.
because usually I look like this.
By your heads.
Usually I'm like this in the shot.
Yeah.
So it's a little smaller.
You should do like a find it of your studio.
Oh, so anyway, we're gonna move and shift gears. I want to lighten it up. Listen, I'm just being honest. Okay, I don't like or appreciate the comment that Jerry said. I think it's a douche move, and I don't care. You don't say that to a conservative. You don't say that to a person with a show. It's patronizing. It's like saying, okay, you know what it's like? It's, hey, Liv, congratulations on losing all that fat off your ass. You don't say that.
And my reply is, thanks for helping me work it off.
That's right. That's right. I am honored and would love to.
Donald Trump is sexy.
Yeah. I would love to continue. But anyway, there's just some things you don't say. And Jerry, you know what? And this is the problem. You have to build a shorthand with people. You have to build a rapport with people. You would never say that to someone you just met. Then why are you coming into my house and saying it to me? You know what you meant by it. And a man would have been like, you know what, Matt? You're right. That's fucked up. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it. But it's not a compliment. Congratulations on waking up.
If you wouldn't say it to someone's face, why are you saying it on a computer?
It's so condescending. And you know, do you know what I do for a living? I mean, do you understand how much effort I put into this? I don't sleep. Ask my wife. I don't sleep as is. I was up at 5:30 today. I'm going to be, by the time that we get done doing the horizontal Bach and eat our yogurt in no particular order or at the same time, indiscriminately, it's probably going to be 1 o'clock in the morning. We've been watching Lucifer again because we absolutely love it because they're coming out with a new season. And
I can't wait. I didn't know.
it's such a good show.
Such a good show.
You guys got me hooked on it. It's such a good show.
It is such a good show. And it's just, and everyone's like, oh, it's evil. It downplays Satan. Okay,
No,
give it up.
I love their whole spin on what hell is. I think it's honestly
Okay.
very smart.
Christine put some history of Trump's purchase of Mar-a-Lago. When the Marjorie Meriwether Post Foundation put it up for sale, and after multiple purchases fell through, that's when the real estate mogul Donald J. Trump entered the picture in December. Trump purchased the property for the foundation for $5 million September 8. Yeah. Matt's nicer to Jerry than I would be. Listen, I don't consider that, in my opinion, if we're men, he knew what he was doing, and I gave it to him. I gave him the business. Now, he can either cry or he can come back and he can show a little bit of contrition, and then I will probably apologize too. Otherwise, go fuck yourself. No skin off my nose.
Hey,
Watch
question.
12 inches.
Not, again, I already know the answer to that.
What do you want?
Uncle Steppy from Rumble wants to know do you know what a sail maker was during World War II?
Where's the Jeopardy music?
I don't have a soundboard tonight. It's not working. I've shut it down and it's just not working. I don't know. The one time I didn't do a sound check.
I feel like it's Monday, so I'm just going to say it's Monday. I don't know. It's been a Monday.
Sailmaker. I don't like to be stumped, but I might be stumped on this. No, I don't know what a sailmaker is.
He said, my father claimed he was a sailmaker in the Navy during World War II. He said it was his job to make body bags.
I didn't know it was sailmaker. I know there was another word for it. I know the United States Navy took a lot of dead military, for sure. And it's a true story. And the United States Navy did have, if I'm not mistaken, a shit ton of vinyl. But I knew that in Vietnam predominantly. I didn't know that in the Navy. Wow. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. That's an amazing story. I always love a little history.
Again, Kevin, you should call in. He keeps saying he's going to, and he never does.
Whatever, Stumpy. You don't have to call in. I love you. Love for you to call in, but you don't have to. All right. This is sad and funny. Yeah, in World War II, vinyl and the plastics were not in abundance because all vinyl, all plastic was being used for construction of the B-25, B-17, and other vehicles. So they would have to be canvas, yeah? Maybe that's where they got the name sail. That makes sense. There it is. Because it would be canvas bags, I would assume. So canvas body bags, sails are made of canvas. They're in the Navy. Sail makers. Yep, that makes sense to me. Now it makes sense. I'm sitting here trying to play it. That makes sense. Am I wrong? They use sailcloth. See, there you go. Boom. Canvas. Let's watch this. This is about the shooting at Morgan State University, and this is horrible. But a gentleman named Tyrone decided to call into Fox News, and I want you to listen to the transition from serious to trolling Fox News, and it's masterfully done, and it's worth a play, and it's fucking hilarious. Here you go, listen.
And we've got Tyrone on the phone with us now. Tyrone, when you say poker game, what exactly happened? What transpired?
Well, first we all get together every Tuesday night, and we watch Tucker Carlson's show on X. We used to watch him on Fox News. Obviously, he's not there no more. And still being the most credible guy in the media in America, we always get together to watch Tucker Carlson, and I think he's doing probably better now that he's not with Fox News, because the corporate media always controls what the teleprompter readers are able to say. And now that he doesn't have that hand.
Thank you, Tyrone. Maybe we can work to get Don back on the phone, Tracy? We can get that. Clearly, that was not a student at Morgan State University.
What a bunch of clowns.
That was good.
How do you not fact check your callers? How do you not literally, it's standard. What are you going to say? Tell it what are you going to contribute? And you find their credibility, and you can sniff these people. Who is that producer? That weekend producer should not have a job. Olivia, you understand what that guy was doing, right?
He was basically saying that Fox sucks.
Right. And he's the unspoken word. This is very similar to the red letter A. Or the bless you from having bubonic plague in Europe, is that you don't say bless you. And if someone sneezes, you say it because ultimately they're probably going to die within a couple of days. You don't use the word Tucker Carlson and Fox, because if you invoke those words, it is now like saying Voldemort. He who should not be named. So the fact that this guy called in and trolled him is fantastic. It was well done. I actually know who did it.
Oh,
really?
Yep.
It was not Tyrone. It didn't sound like.
I won't tell you. I won't tell you who it is. But if you search Twitter, you type in Tyrone Fox News, you'll find out who did it. But it is a peer in the business who did it.
Oh, I think I can probably guess.
He finally took credit. That's all I'll say. So
okay.
Well, you got to fact, but see, that's where fact checking came in when he says, lots of laughs, Matt, fact checking your callers. You have to. Yeah, his name's Dice. That's right. That's right, Vicky. He has a podcast. I think, yeah, that's right. You got the right guy, Mark Dice. But he took the name Tyrone, and this is great. It was fantastic. Now, you think, now he's going to get a lot of celebrity for this, but getting on Fox, that's pretty big for a podcast. And, you think he could have used it to give his perspective, but instead he just pretty much burned any bridge and any chance of him getting on ever again. And pretty much any other podcast. So thanks a lot, dude, because I'm never going to get on Fox. But I think it takes balls of brass to do something like that. But yeah, Mark Dice is his name. I tried to have some anonymity because I don't know if he really wanted to be outed or not, but I know he posted on his page. Guy's hilarious. But the fact, when I say fact check, is that's what radio stations would do. Whenever you would call in and you wanted to go ahead and contribute onto news talk or whatever, they would do a fact check. You give them your name, you give them your address, you tell them about yourself, what your occupation is, and then the producers go, well, what are we going to talk about today? Oh, well, blah, blah, blah. And if you sound like a fucking knuckle chucker, they're going to cut you and you're done. So they would fact check you. And it's not fact checking what you're saying is accurate. It's fact checking that you are the person who you're saying you are. That's where fact check comes from. Comes from old school radio and old school TV. So that's their job. That's what the producer does. They validate whether these people are real or not. And he either which I'm assuming because he's a podcaster, had the gab and probably said, yeah, I'm in Morgan State and we play a poker game. We were looking out our window and we saw the whole thing. You just go, oh my God. And then when he got on there, he's like, boom, 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 Tucker Carlson. I think it was brilliant. It's brilliant. Yeah. He clowned him. Made him look like clowns.
Awesome. I would love, even if it had nothing to do with Fox News and Tucker Carlson, like anything like that, I just think it's great. I think it's always funny to just get those little digs in. I just thought it was funny. I love it.
Yeah, and call screen is another word for it. You know what? I think call screen is better. I think fact check is something I threw out there. You're absolutely right. I misused call screening is what it is. So it's not fact checking. And so thanks for calling me out on that. I appreciate it. Definitely not woke and now awake, but I definitely went into the aisle of fact checker and used that term as it was a positive thing. Thank you for calling me out and keeping me honest. There, that's the second time I've been wrong this year. There won't be a third.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You are married, right?
Not for long if you keep it up. So everyone remembers Yang, who ran for office. Now you might be mixing him up with the Republican candidate. Just listen to this, and I want you to truly embrace what you're about to hear and how liberals say the quiet part out loud. And then we're going to go. I think it's been a very long day. It's been a good show, fired up show. But listen to this.
Kevin McCarthy could even have led in a bipartisan fashion. I think Democrats cast their votes because they didn't think he could.
Well, Democrats cast their votes because they were told to cast their vote in a particular way. I mean, we all know that there was probably a diversity of opinion within the Democratic Party, but then the word came out saying, guys, we are not going to bail out Kevin McCarthy. We're going to vote with Matt Gaetz and the hardliners for partisan reasons. Now, what happens next? It's a dice roll. I, as an American citizen, would prefer not to have that kind of dice roll because anyone who says, again, that they know what's coming next, this is unprecedented. Right. We don't know. We do know that the government runs out of money in 45 days. We do know that there are vital priorities like Ukraine aid that are now subject to us having a speaker.
We don't.
So they're admitting that they are hive mind. Mm-hmm. Democrats don't have their own opinion. They openly admitted that they can't decide for themselves. What do you call that?
A cult.
Yeah. Yeah, you fucking call it a cult. That's exactly, I mean, they call us a cult. But right. I know if you just look at the Republican dais and look at the overall numbers for people who are voting for president, this country is very confused. If they would just make it Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump, this race would probably be 46% Trump, and you would be looking around 34% DeSantis. But the field is so big, and people seem to forget that Jeb Bush was leading in 2016, 2.5 months ago. So they're going to get down to Nikki Haley and DeSantis versus Trump because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be DeSantis, Haley, and Trump. Vivek Ramaswamy's done. He's finished. Chris Christie, give me a fucking break. And then you're going to see these numbers narrow and tighten. And it's going to be DeSantis and Haley swinging after this debate, and then it's going to be Trump. But the RNC needs to say something. But that's what a cult is. What else can you think of? What other examples can you think of when you don't have an opinion and you must do what somebody says?
Brainwashed.
Yeah. Can you think of a relationship that's like?
I was going to say
Marriage.
abusive. Yeah. An abusive relationship. Yeah.
Abusive relationship. Yeah. Controlling,
Oh,
domineering.
maybe it's a cry for help. I think, well, I don't think, I know October
Blink
is, right. Don't, no, October is domestic violence
Domestic
awareness
violence
month.
abuse month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Where-
know what it also is.
The abuse part, but I think it's an awareness.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It is
It
breast
is.
cancer
A
awareness.
lot.
And by the way, guys, thanks for wishing me happy prostate awareness month in September.
Yeah.
Light blue. Thanks. It's amazing. You ladies always get all the attention because really no woman gives a shit about a guy's prostate, but boobs, we got to keep those suckers hanging.
You know, both my
Yeah.
grandfathers had prostate cancer. One of them died from it.
Well, why
Both my grandmothers had breast cancer, and one of them died from it.
where's your pale blue ribbon?
I totally forgot it was Prostate Cancer Month.
No, that's what I just said. See, nobody cares. But it very much reminds me of domestic abuse. And if there's one thing that I appreciate about being a Republican is that we don't rank and file, that we don't stand shoulder to shoulder, but there are some things we should. And Democrats, I've got to respect that they do stand shoulder to shoulder on some things that they should. And then I also have to disrespect the fact that there are some things that they should not stand shoulder to shoulder on. It just shows you the different part of our parties and how diametrically we're opposed because our thought processes are different. We resist the government telling us what to do they embrace the government telling them what to do. And our lowest common denominator, and if we want to break it down to just the simplest form, the difference between Republicans and Democrats is they need to be controlled, and we don't want to be controlled. And if you look at the policies, that there's nothing else that could be even more true than that. People are like, what about abortion? I want to murder a baby. Well, you're controlling the life of another person. It's not about you, you dumb twattus. Nobody's talking about you. Oh, you just want to control my life. No, we want to save the life of that child. We don't care about you. No offense. But you made the decision to have sex that was unprotected, or you made the decision to have sex multiple times, and you're using it as a form of birth control. That's your choice. That baby has had no choice. You made yours. So anyway, I just found it an interesting video. Amy, I'm going to give you the final minute, and then we're going to go. Been a fun night. It was enjoyable talking to you. What do we got?
Well, yeah, it's always good to be here. I'll use my final minute to promote my daughter because she's fulfilling a lifelong dream. I mean, she's only 6, but this has been a lifelong dream of hers this Friday, which is why I won't be here. She gets to be a flower girl. So
Ooh.
I know we're so excited. She literally has been talking about this for years. And when she was asked to be a flower girl at our friend's wedding, I can't tell you how excited this is. So she finally gets to live out her dream on Friday evening. So
That is so cool.
But I'm
Will you
excited
take pictures
for her.
and bring them?
Obviously. Yeah. Obviously. Totally.
That's good.
Yeah. She's going to be the best flower girl ever. That's my 1 minute, just bragging on my kids. And I need to talk to you about a couple of things, but I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. So we'll remind me to ask you some stuff.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll do my recorded show. I got to go to the dentist later in the afternoon. But yeah, real quick, you guys remember Larry Sinclair? That was the gentleman who said that he had sex with Obama, had gay sex with Obama. He came out.
Oh,
Larry Sinclair. Yeah. He is suing my 2 favorite twins on the planet, Ed and Brian Krasenstein. You know, and the boat was gently rocking back and forth in the water. It was
yeah, you do that voice
rocking.
Really well.
Rocking was the boat. Was rocking back and forth. $15 million they are suing those pricks for. These are the people who stole $500,000 through a Ponzi scheme, didn't serve any jail time, and had to give it back to the federal government, to the victims, and never served a day in jail. These are the guy that took 2 Justin Bieber fan accounts off Twitter, renamed them, and paid for their follows. Now we're making $30,000, $40,000 a month on Twitter, completely scammed their listeners. These douche plows are getting sued. He's not going to win. You have to prove intent with defamation. But the whole point is, I love it. They're going to have to spend money on legal fees, and now they can make videos of why this is not fair that we're being sued by Larry Sinclair. And the good news is they're finally going to get fucked by another man because Sinclair is going to take them to court. I love it. It's fantastic. It's apropos. That's it. Liv, do you have anything for us tonight? Is it going to be, do you have any last minute, 1 minute parting thoughts, my darling?
Go to YouTube and subscribe.
Olivia is very excited, folks. She has been working on YouTube. We got 50 subscribers in like a day and a half. That is like
20. It was last night's show. We were at 616.
Yeah, that is an amazing, unreal number for YouTube. I mean, for us, because we can't. It's been a year and we haven't been able to grow. So there's a video. It's up to a couple thousand views, and people are liking what they're hearing, and they're obviously following and subscribing. So please do me a favor. If you haven't been over to YouTube, go over there and like our videos and say hello.
I think I may have said this before. Sorry to interrupt you, but I don't want to forget this. And I think I mentioned it maybe like a year ago. Can we get a QR code? Because when I'm out talking to people, they're like, how do I find you? I'm like, it's called...
I've got my business. All you got to do is ask me. I'll get you business cards.
Well,
it's got the QR code on it.
Perfect. I just need like a copy of it because people can just scan it, but it's like, I talk to people all the time about it, and they're like, where do we find you? And I'm like, first of all,
I'll just send you a picture of my QR code. Yeah. And if anybody else wants that, let me know. I've got a QR code. It goes right to the site. Yeah. Yep. And they're also and I need to get you business cards. So, and I've got kick-ass business cards. My business cards are freaking awesome. They are cool.
Mine. Although I'm going to I just got my new headshot, so I got to update mine, but
This isn't about you, Amy. This is about my business.
Oh yeah,
cards.
you need to send us a picture so we
we need a
I
headshot.
just got them back. I'm gonna need some opinions because I don't, I'm not
Yeah,
that.
you're so ugly. It's got to be
Are you
hard
getting,
taking a
you're
good
getting
picture.
new business cards?
Well, I try to update my headshots, and I'm almost out of cards. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm updating
And how
my
do you
headshots.
pick? I mean, they've all got to be so horrendous and hideous. I mean,
They
ugh.
are. No,
Oh,
some of
totally.
them
I
are
agree.
okay.
Send them
but it's
over
like,
and I'll give you my opinion.
I
I'll
can
help
run
you
you through
choose.
an AI software if you want to help you with that, just that horrible schnoz and unstructured cheekbones and buggy eyes that you have and that stringy hair. Oh, you're fucking ugly.
It's true. And the photographer's like,
Stop
don't
it.
look like that. No, she didn't
You're
say
so
that
full.
to me.
Amy, you're so stupid.
that to me.
I love you. You're so dumb. You're like, you hot women are so stupid. My wife's the same way. She's like, I look fat. I'm like, you look fat? Are you fucking kidding me? You don't look fat. You look freaking good enough to eat. By the way, beautiful women. And this is the thing. And people always ask me, Matt, why were you so successful in your youth with women? Because I wasn't afraid to talk to them. And most guys were.
And you were very charming.
Were? What the shit?
Well, in your youth, they said, what?
Well, that was some weird shit.
You still are charming.
Thanks. Nice backpedal. Anyway.
But you're not hitting on other women, so.
No, but the point is that most women, and I, you want to know who I learned this from? Now, careful when I say this. Now, nobody get all weird and gross, and let me finish. I learned it from my sister, because my sister was very, and still is very, very pretty. She looks like she's 18. She doesn't get old. And I saw that people wouldn't ask her to prom, and they wouldn't ask her to dances because they were intimidated. And she always told me, and probably the only thing nice I'm going to say about my sister for the rest of my life, but she goes, you shouldn't be afraid to talk to pretty women because most of them are probably waiting for someone to ask, but people don't have the courage to do so. So you should make that push. And I nailed a shit ton of women with that line, and it worked all the time. Was that shallow?
Yes.
Oops. Let me try that again.
You were charming.
I learned how to respect women and go and talk to the ones who were the prettiest and not be intimidated. And most of the time I would get 2 replies, which was, oh my God, thanks for coming to talk to me. And fuck off, loser. And, I just realized that the one that said fuck off needed a few drinks to loosen up. So after 10 or 12 drinks, they loved me. And some roofies and some duct tape. What's wrong with that? Did I say something wrong again? I'm sorry. Ask Olivia. I have to give her roofies and duct tape all the time to sleep with me. It's horrible.
It's in the froyo.
Oh, that was perfect.
It's good, Ames. Oh, you got me red on that one. You got me red.
Oh, that was so perfect.
You got me red. It's in the froyo.
Oh, goodness.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. We appreciate you. For the people who purchased some stuff tonight, thank you. It means a lot. This show is doing much better on selling. So I don't know what it was, but it's doing really, really well now. So Carrie, love you. Thank you for buying your shirt and your salty hoodie. You will love it. It's comfortable. Folks, do me a favor. Thanks for people saying I'm funny and I'm not sexist and I'm not a rapist. You got to be able to laugh. You got to have a joke once in a while. So thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow morning early. I think around 8:30, 9 o'clock for the morning show. And then off for the rest of the day. Maybe do a recorded show. And we'll be back Friday night. It's going to be Olivia and I only. Amy's off. Leroy's off. And then Monday, Leroy will be back. All right, everybody?
Hey, you've got a request before you go.
Sure.
Matt, when can you make time? Or when you can make time, will you create a Phoenix graphic design for T-shirts and hoodies?
Yeah.
Because that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to incorporate the design. That's going to be interesting to do that. Jared's like, baby, it's cold outside. Now you just club him over the head. Caveman style. Then you don't have to argue with them. Because when they talk, it's just like after a little bit, you're just like, forget it. I don't even want to.
Or try to read.
I don't even want to.
That doesn't work either.
I don't even want to sleep with you anymore. Just stop talking. Can we just have sex? Shh, shh, my little tulip.
Hi.
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 Hi. Do you want to gag me? I kind of do now.
Just Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
If you haven't seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall,
one of the funniest, most raunchiest movies ever, but it's hilarious.
Jason, what is he? Segel.
Segel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on top of this girl, and she's like, you know, he's having sex with her, and she's like, hi, and he's like, hi, and she's like, hi, and he's like, hi, and she's like, do you want to gag me? He's like, kinda now. Go watch Forgetting Sarah Marshall. We love you. Good night. We will see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Liv.
Good night, guys.
We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Love you guys. Good night.
Night, y'all.
See ya. If I can find the damn thing. There it is. Bye. Hi.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now.
Wait a second. Did somebody call Becky a Karen? Who called Becky Karen? Becky's not a Karen. Who called her a Karen? Do you know? Did you see it?
I saw the comment, but I didn't know.
Hold on.
I haven't even seen her.
Karen. I gotta find you go.
Here we go.
I don't see it. Huh. Whatever. She's not a Karen. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow morning. No, that's the wrong one.
Hey.
No,
What
that's
is
the wrong
fueling
one.
my soul
Come
right now is
on.
Trump.
It's one of those nights. You can just tell. Where the hell is it? Where did it go? Whatever. And
What is fueling my soul
that
right
ain't
now
it.
is Trump. Will you?
There it is. Good night.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now.
Shirley.
I'm sorry. My thoughts are going
Shirley
a mile
says,
a minute.
are the hoodies tight to get over your head? No. I don't think. I've got a big head. I have a size like 7 7/8. I'm on the last strap right here on this. I have a huge head. It's massive, but I'm a big guy. And the hoodie's fine. I don't mess up my hair. You know, you just put it on like this. Put both hands, put it on, and then you put your arms in. So you reach in, spread it, put it on. Both hands in. That's it. Okay. I'm leaving. You guys are killing me. How many times do I have to play this damn thing? Now I'm leaving.
Passed away. Oh, but
We're going to get to the end because we've played it like 60 times. There's the number. 988, press 1, folks. Easiest way. Or text 838-255. Veteran Crisis Hotline. Good night.
thank you.